Okay, Joshua versus Usyk 2 or Usyk versus Joshua 2. We've seen the weigh-in. The fight is hours away, and who better to talk to us about the big fight than Uncle James Bashir? Stay right there. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports Gaming. We're straight into this with Uncle James Bashir in a very nice spot. Uncle, how are we doing?
Everything is everything. I'm feeling good. I'm excited, and ready to go.
The time has come. The talking has stopped. Oh, well, we've got a little bit of talking to do. So, how is it for you? How are you feeling? 24 hours before the fight now. Where are you, by the way?
I'm in Atlantic City, New Jersey. I got a fight here tomorrow night. I got a flyweight youngster fighting here tomorrow night. I think he's having his 5th professional fight. I'm excited about that, too. I'm excited about this young man, Anthony Johns. I'm excited about him. I'm excited about Usyk. I'm excited about Joshua. It's just an exciting weekend. I'm here in Atlantic City. I think I'm going to stay until Monday, Even when the fight's over, I'm going to stay down, take in some sun on the beach. Maybe do some shark seeing, because sharks been showing up quite frequently here. I'm not getting in the water, but I'm going to stay and watch the sharks, spend some time.
Wow. I wish I could be there. Atlantic City has so much
man,
about.
You know what? I wish that you could, too. I really do.
Wow.
I wish that you could too. It would be very nice, to spend a weekend, 2 brothers just hanging out together, man. I'm just gonna go out, take my beach chair on the beach and sit there and watch the waves and watch the sharks. Sun up to sundown. I just want to take a break. I need a break.
So the gentleman who's fighting on Saturday night. Is it on a major card, or is it on TV, or is it just a?
No. It's only his 4th or 5th pro fight, and he's going to be in tough because when you fighting at 105 and 112 and 115 pounds, those are tough fights. People don't understand.
Yeah.
Being a pro in those weight divisions is very, very tough. And my guy, he's a young man, but he's starting late. He's starting his pro career late at 27, 28 years old. And so he's in with a lot of young Latinos, a lot of young, tough Mexicans and Panamanians and stuff like that. So it's going to be tough for him. So far, so good, I think he's 4-0 or 5-0 with 5 knockouts. And I was doing cuts in his last fight, and he's got a knockout. He's got 4 or 5 knockouts, so he's a tough young man. I'm excited about him.
So are you training him, or are you just...
No. His dad is training him. I'm just acting as a cut man and advisor. I'm staying out the way and let him do his thing, But I'm there for cuts and moral support, and I give his father little pointers and stuff, but the father and son is working out, so I'll let them do their thing,
Fantastic. What's it like there in Atlantic City? Paint the picture.
Oh, man. I'm going to take some pictures and send them to you. Atlantic City is similar to Las Vegas, but Las Vegas don't have the beaches, Atlantic City got the beaches, the water, and the casinos and the boardwalk, Vegas don't have that there, but Vegas is similar, but unsimilar. It's just a different world.
Wow.
I'm gonna do some videos. We're gonna walk the boardwalk, walk the beach, and I'll show you. I'll just turn the camera on and I'll show you.
That'd be good. That'd be even good if you just did it while we just did a live, and you can just show me around while you're doing a live. That'd be great as well.
This is Atlantic City has always been a fascinating place for me. I'm going.
Uncle, your sound's gone. Uncle, your sound. Uncle, no sound. You've muted your sound. Wait, Uncle. He's talking, he can't hear me. Hello, Uncle, no sound. Hello,
Yeah.
look at this. Your sound. Don't know what's going on with Uncle Bashir's sound, but it's gone.
A lot of exciting.
Your sound's been lost. Yeah, your sound. Your sound.
Hey,
No. It's going to your sound. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, it's your sound. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Yep, Uncle Bashir's gone. He'll be back with us in a moment. Yeah. So, see you in a moment. Military mindset for this one. No. It's not military mindset. It's killer mindset. Remember? Killer mindset. Kill or be killed. Or as Tupac would say, it's me against the world. Good evening, how you doing? Hope all is well. Good to see you in the house as always. Right, let's get Uncle back in the house. Yeah, you're back. That's good.
that was on your end cutting off because I didn't touch nothing.
No, it was your own, Uncle. Trust me. It was
No, it was
your
on you. I never touched nothing. How could mine turn off? I never touched nothing.
You were talking and suddenly just cut out. But you're back. Anyway, talking about Atlantic City.
Atlantic City is the place to be, you know. It's trying to come back. It's trying to bounce back, you know. Atlantic City used to be one of the fight capitals of the world. All the big fights took place here, you know. And now it's trying to bounce back. I hope it does. It's so exciting here, you know, to fight here, to box here. A lot of fighters came. Frank the Animal Fletcher, you know, Wilfred Scipion, you know, all these guys, all those early middleweights and welterweights, all these guys, Buddy McGirt, all these guys took all their careers started here in Atlantic City. They took off.
Yep. Lennox Lewis, I believe, fought Phil Jackson in Atlantic City.
Yeah. Lennox had a couple of fights here. But there were a lot of exciting fights here, going back. You know, especially in the 70s and 80s, there was a lot of exciting fights in Atlantic City.
Where's the Thomas and Mack Center?
Thomas and Mack, that's in Atlantic. That's in Las Vegas.
Ah, okay.
But you had the Trump Plaza.
Yeah.
You had the countless. I can't even remember all the hotels down here. You had countless hotels down here. Bally's Park Place. You know, you had all the big hotels down there that had exciting fights. So I'm here this weekend, and I'm gonna kick back. I need to relax. I need to take a break because I work my brain and my body so much. I'm just gonna kick back. I'm by myself. I'm gonna kick back and sit on the beach and watch the waves. You know, ponder my thoughts. You know.
Consider your life, your future.
Yes, I expect to have a future, and like you said, ponder my thoughts. You know, just in slang words in the hood, they would say, just kick back and get myself together.
Yep. Yeah. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this weigh-in. What were your thoughts about the weigh? Lots was made of Usyk's weight. What did you think from what you saw?
I think Usyk is at a good weight. At 220 pounds, was it 220, 221, 22?
221.
I think it's a nice weight for him. I think that's a very good weight for him. Not too big, not too small. As I said, going back to the Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield days, those guys fought at their best. They fought their best. They put on their best performances between the 215 and 219. You know, so this is not going to hurt Usyk. Usyk is about 6'4", or a little over 6'3", and he's got the height to carry that weight. So it's not going to affect him very much, you know.
Okay. Joshua's weight, how did he look?
244 is not bad. Not bad. I think that he can shine at 244.
Is that heavy? Is that light? Is that people making?
No, for Joshua's weight, that's a good. For Joshua's height, that's a good weight. Joshua's got to be at least 6'6". You know, he's a big guy. You know, he comes in 240, 244. It's not bad.
Okay, so weather in events. I mean, he's made these comments. Let me know what you think. He says, hope Usyk is ready after the war that's happening. We know what we think about that. He goes, sounds to me like Matchroom knows something we don't. Eddie Hearn definitely knows something we don't, I see. It's downright ridiculous that Bashir isn't in that corner tomorrow night.
I think that and I shall continue to think that Joshua took a big gamble in this fight. He took a gamble, not saying that he had to have me, but I would think that he would have chosen a more seasoned trainer to work that corner outside of Robert Garcia. And that's not any disrespect to Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia has had success working with smaller fighters and motivating them and getting them to the point where they can win. But let's not put too much emphasis on the trainer. It still has something to do with the fighters themselves. They had to get there and do it. I don't care who's in the corner. Mm-hmm. I think that Robert Garcia, for Joshua to have taken him after dismissing his original trainer, after dismissing him and taking Robert Garcia in the corner to mentor him in the most important fight of his career, I think that was a mistake. And I'll continue to think that until the last bell rings. But I think that was a mistake. I think that is going to show in the corner. I think it's going to show in the fight. And I don't know if he can collaborate, if he can communicate and collaborate from this point, from that point to the victory. I think that the mental perspective goes to Usyk. Usyk seems to be the loose. He seems to be the loose guy. He seems to be well, that's the game face he's putting on it anyway. But in my perspective, just looking, I would think that Usyk had the upper hand in the mentality, in the spirit, So I'm thinking that Joshua's got a tough nut to crack.
There were two things I spotted: one at the weigh-in and one at the
press conference.
Not the press conference, the workout. The first thing I spotted was at the workout when Robert Garcia was giving Joshua instructions. He was on the pads and he kept looking back at Robert Garcia. And I kept thinking to myself, this is a public workout. Why do you have to keep looking back at Robert Garcia? Fernandez is holding the pads. Joshua's on the pads, hitting the pads, and he's looking back to Garcia to still give him instructions. I'm thinking, this is a public workout. Why are you still looking back at Robert Garcia? That was the first time. Then the second time today, it was at the weigh-in, and he's walking in as he does. He took his top off because they called his name, and then he got frustrated because it wasn't him first. He was first. He thought he was the champion. Because, when you walk up onto the stage, you normally take your top off. Right? If you're the champion, if you go second, you're the champion. You walk onto the stage, take your top off. I think he forgot he was the challenger. Because when he went to take his top, he was going to take his top off. And then Alexander Usyk, did you catch that? And then Usyk started walking out. And then Joshua was frustrated because oh yeah, I'm not the champion. Hold on a second, I'm not the champion. Usyk's champion. Hold on a second. Did you see that? Did you catch that?
Well yes. I said they must do about nothing.
Really?
I mean,
really?
Yeah.
Really?
They must do. I think some frustration. some
Uncle.
frustration might have entered the picture. But this is the time when you have to harness your emotions, harness your nerves, and put everything in perspective and get ready. It's showtime. You understand? So all of that being nervous and being jittery and all that, you got to somehow subside that and go for broke now. It's time to show now. It's time to cook.
But Joshua, to me, has shown again. They talk about his mental fragility. Again, I've seen this 2 or 3 times now in him. And maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but for somebody like Joshua, I'm concerned because even Robert Garcia had to tap him. Robert Garcia tapped him, and then Joshua was like, and Robert Garcia pointed something to the ground at the crowd, and then Joshua it was like a robot, started throwing punches. I think myself, are you really waiting for Robert Garcia to give you a cue to do what you need to do? Are you so robotic that you have to wait for cues from Eddie Hearn or from Robert Garcia to actually respond? Are you that not present? Because for me, all these things look to a guy who's not present at all.
Like I said, he's got to put it all together now. It's time to go. All of the naysayers and all of the do's and don'ts, you got to put that aside now and get ready to go to the dance with what you got. You had time, you had months to collect yourself and make the assessment, make the adjustments on what you had to do. Like I said, I have reservations about him choosing Robert Garcia to do the job. And that's not no discredit or disrespect to Robert Garcia, because I would not do that. But I just thought it was a risky thing to do with a guy that had never had worked or trained a heavyweight. It's just a risky thing to do. Can he collaborate? Can he communicate with him? What's going to happen when they get to that corner? It's just so many ifs, ands, and buts. And can't nobody say what's going to happen. But
Okay.
right now, it looks like Usyk is holding all the cards when it comes to the mental outlook.
Chuck says, AJ looks ready. No, where's Uncle gone? He's gone again. It might be a telephone call. Somebody's calling Uncle, I'm sure. And if he goes off like that, it's more than likely he's going to come back and his sound's going to be muted. Let me see. Somebody's calling him now. I could put money. Somebody's calling him. Okay, let me just see what's going here with Uncle Bashir. Let's just waiting for Uncle Bashir to come back. I think he's probably on a phone call. He's in Atlantic City, and he has got a young fighter fighting tomorrow night. So who knows? He could be on a telephone call. So let's wait and see, and we'll be right back with you. Let's play some nice music while we're waiting for Uncle Bashir to. I suspect he's on the phone. Let's put some music on. Hold on, Uncle. Uncle Bashir is back in the house.
Yeah,
Tell me.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry for the interruption, but I'm just trying to connect with my fighters until we get inside the hotel. Come on, keep going.
So it goes here. Shook says, AJ looks ready. Notice he chose Grant and not the horsehair ones. Any significance in that, or is that just preference?
Gloves, I don't. Look, AJ has always got the puncher's chance. He's a powerful puncher. He's an athletic young man. But with each round that passes, his chances goes out the window. Because I think that Usyk is going to have the upper hand when it comes to stamina and longevity. So he got to put that power and that strength and that youth or whatever else that he brings to the table. He has to execute right away from the very opening bell. He's got to go to work. He's got to go to work to try to make the difference, to put a dent in the ship of Alexander Usyk. He can't Usyk.
It's gone again, Uncle Bashir. This is the problem when you have got fighters and you are. He's back again. And I'll go on mute. He's going to have to take on the call again. Let's bear with Uncle Bashir while he's. See if we can get some. Let's try some other music out here. There's one called Lofi. Let's try Lofi. Okay, Uncle Bashir is probably still on a call at the moment, but what I've done is that I should be getting another guest coming through right now as we speak. So give me a second. Next guest will be popping in any minute now, and they'll be able to give us their opinion on this big fight and a little bit more information as well on a comeback in heavyweight. Let me just go back and we'll be with you in a moment. Just bear with us. Uncle Bashir is on a call. He's in Atlantic City at the moment, so he's on a call and he's in Atlantic City to one of his fighters who's fighting on the card tomorrow night at Atlantic City. So just waiting. And in the time being, I have another individual who's going to be jumping on SHOWTIME. There we go. There's SHOWTIME. Let's get this one here. And let's get my cam up. SHOWTIME, how we doing? Stevie, you there? So we can get you. Where's Stevie? Is he there? Hey Stevie, how you doing?
All right, now I can hear you. It hooked up to my car.
How you doing, Stevie?
I'm doing good. I'm on my way to the gym now. I'm running late. Everybody's probably gonna be sitting outside.
Uncle Bashir is on a call. He's in Atlantic City, and then his phone went off because he's on a call talking to one of his fighters.
He's in Atlantic City?
He's at Atlantic City. He's got, I think, a flyweight fighting tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
So tell me your thoughts on the fight
between who?
Between Usyk and Joshua.
I think Joshua is gonna get flatlined.
Why?
Just honestly, like, I feel like he just added more to his mind than was already there. And when it doesn't work immediately, whatever Robert Garcia is working on him with, when it doesn't work immediately in the first or second round, he's going to break down and he's going to be getting hit with shots because I feel like Usyk is even more confident now. And he knows he's been in there with him before. I just feel like the same way that we feel with Lomachenko, like if he were to get a rematch with either of the people that he lost to, we feel we're pretty confident we know what's going to happen. Same deal. Same deal. But the only difference with this is he's already beat him. So I feel like it's only going to be worse.
Really? You don't think that if Joshua comes out there using that strength and power, he can take Usyk out of there?
I mean, I feel like he's already figured out how to hit Joshua. Joshua can't go back and recreate the will, and not with Usyk of all people.
So you don't see Joshua coming and blasting Usyk out of there?
Nope. And if he tries it, he's gonna get clipped.
What do you make of Joshua having to use sleep bands to go to sleep at night? Like he says, he can't sleep at night at times.
Joshua?
Yeah, he's wearing this sort of wedding band, but it's not a wedding band, it's a sleep band.
See, that's what I mean. There's so many things messing with his mental. Like, what the like what's a sleep band? Like, what is that? Like, is that it's a get put to sleep band? You thinking about that? Usyk's thinking about knocking you the hell out this time, and you're thinking about a sleep band. That's. This is the first that I'm hearing of it, but this sounds stupid to even be thinking about that.
He's struggling, he can't sleep at night. So he said when he was in Saudi Arabia, he couldn't sleep at night. So here comes Uncle Bashir, he's back now. Uncle, guess who's in the house?
Thing off of it. There we go.
Soul Brother number one.
What up, man?
Look, man, I got
What's going on, Uncle?
I got the fighter. You know, I'm just getting into Atlantic City. I got to get him inside the hotel room and stuff. So I want to talk with you. I got everybody coming at me. Ivana on the one win. Everything happening all at one time. I got you. I got this fight. I got Ivana on the phone. I'm saying, hey man, give a man a break. You know, I know I'm in demand and stuff, but give a man a break. What's happening?
So
here's a young fighter. All right, he's gonna fight here in Atlantic City tomorrow night. This is his fifth pro fight. This is fourth pro fight.
How y'all doing?
I'm good, brother.
Hey,
how you
what's
doing?
up, man?
Let's bring you up on the camera so people can see you. Okay, brother, how you doing? What's your name?
My name's Anthony Johns.
Fantastic. And your record?
I'm 3-0 with 3 knockouts. I'm from North New Jersey.
Okay, fantastic. And how did you hook up with Uncle Bashir? I know he's not your trainer, but how did you hook up with him?
So, you know, since I was a kid, he used to go to a gym called Red Brick, and my dad was boxing, and he was just always around and just helped me out and literally watched me grow up, and now I'm just happy to have him helping me train and bring me along, and it's good to have somebody with wisdom in your corner, you know?
So how do you feel coming into this fight tomorrow night?
I feel good. I feel ready. I'm prepared mentally. Had a great training camp. I'm ready.
Do you know who your opponent is? I mean, obviously you know who he is, but have you seen him fight before?
Yeah, I actually fought him in the amateurs in about 2015. I fought him. I beat him. But I don't. It was so long ago. You know, we're two completely different fighters than we were then. So it's kind of really hard to go by that. But I've watched him. I studied him. I'm prepared. I'm ready to do what I do.
So who are you managed by or promoted by at the moment?
Right now, I'm independent.
Okay. And how are you finding that?
How am I what?
How are you finding that?
When you say
being
finding
independent.
That,
how are you finding? Yeah.
I like it. I mean, I have a very good following, so it's kind of on my perspective of it is good because of the following I have. I like being independent. I kind of make my own decisions. Yeah.
So how do people follow you and follow your career on social media?
So my Instagram is Anthony Johns _. On Facebook, I'm Anthony Johns. I don't really be on Facebook like that, but I'm mostly on Instagram, and Twitter is Rax973.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to seeing you fight and look forward to hearing from you more. Good luck and all the best for tomorrow night.
Thank you, man. Thank you. The one thing, I don't really like the term good luck.
I get that. Yeah, okay. No, sorry, let me write. Well,
I'll do my thing.
Yes. All the very best.
Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. What's your name?
Take care. Ingram.
Nice to meet you, and thanks for having me on.
Ingram what,
no
man? Ingram what, man?
You forgot, Bash?
Uncle, you should be doing the introductions, not me. You should be doing the introductions, Uncle, not me. You should be doing the introductions.
His name is Ingram Jones.
That's right. Thank you, Uncle. Okay, so Uncle, we were just discussing. Where's Uncle gone? He's gone missing. Uncle's gone missing again.
I bet he's probably it's because his phone probably cut off because he's probably eating a nasty cold turkey sandwich with ketchup on it or something. That's the nastiest. That's the nastiest shit I've ever seen.
Let's get you back on. Right.
Have you ever had a cold cut? Have you ever had a cold cut hoagie with ketchup on it?
No, I can't say I have, but
Yeah, I don't know who has except for Bashir.
So let's talk more about the sleeping ring. What have you made this sleeping ring?
I mean, if somebody gave it to me, it was like, hey, this will help you sleep, even better. All right,
Uncle's
cool.
back again.
Like Victor Conti,
Yes.
Like Victor Conti with the snack, he has this stuff called.
Whoa! Stevie, slow that down.
What?
Slow that down.
So wait, so we're talking about the sleep band that Anthony Joshua's wearing at the moment because he can't sleep at night, but the band is helping him sleep, so he says.
What is helping him sleep?
Sleep band.
What?
Joshua's wearing a sleep band. They're asking if it was a wedding ring. They said no, it's a sleep band.
Yeah, I got a sleep band for him. He can't sleep. He can't sleep.
You're not right, Uncle. You're not right.
No, he shouldn't. No, you know you can't tell the media that you can't sleep. You know better than that, Anthony. You know better than tell them.
He's been telling the media he can't sleep. So when he got to Saudi Arabia, he got to the mosque and he was praying. And it was very helpful to him.
Okay, yeah, he went to the mosque and he prayed, and that helped. I'm glad. I just hope that he does well tomorrow night. I hope he does well. I hope both of them does well. You know, I'm just excited as a fan.
I hope that Robert Garcia recruited either Jesus Christ or Moses or Allah, somebody else in that corner, because it ain't happening. I don't know what the hell. Like, it just keeps getting worse and worse as it gets closer. I can't sleep at night. Like, that's what you want to be talking about? That's what you're thinking about? You thinking about trying to get sleep? All right, Usyk will help.
Yeah. I just, you know what I think? I think that Joshua took a very, very, very sad risk. Boxers don't understand. Boxing is not like playing tic-tac-toe or tennis or something. Boxing is it's a dangerous sport.
You gotta have what, Uncle? You've gone quiet again. You muted yourself.
And if you don't have, excuse me, what's going on?
You better get rid of that cricket, Bashir.
Okay.
You got that.
Can everybody hear me? Can you hear? Everybody can hear me?
Steve's getting to his gym. So, Steve, your final prediction before you disappear. What's your final prediction?
Usyk KO 7.
Okay, Stevie, thank you so much. I know you got to do work in the gym now.
Okay,
right,
Stevie,
yeah.
I'll see you later on. Steve, I'll see you later on, Steve.
All right, yeah. Hit me up later, Bash.
Okay, I will.
Take care.
I definitely will. I have to fight him when I call too. You can give him some pointers too, Stevie.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Stevie, thank you so much. Okay, so Uncle, let's get you back.
I think that Joshua took a very, very risky choice in choosing Robert Garcia. Number one, Robert Garcia never trained a heavyweight in his entire career.
Mm-hmm.
Training a featherweight, a bantamweight, a welterweight, All that shit is different. When you train in heavyweights, anything from 200 up, when you train, everything is different. The application, the movement, the timing, everything is different. And I think that he made a very risky choice in choosing Robert Garcia to take him into the most important fight of his career. And make no mistakes about it, this is a very important fight for both combatants. And I think that you're going to see that there in the fight. The first time that there's any kind of difficulty in that corner between Joshua and Robert Garcia, you're going to see the difference in having a seasoned trainer and a novice trainer. And in this case, I think that Robert Garcia is a novice trainer. And that's not spewing any disrespect towards Robert Garcia because he's a fine trainer. It's just a risky situation when you train heavyweights. One of my mentors would tell me go back if I was with a Emmanuel Stewart or Tommy Parks or Georgie Benton, they would say, no, you don't roll the dice in a heavyweight fight. Because as the heavyweight goes, then so does all the boxing. And you don't gamble with new trainers in heavyweight contests.
Question. Shook One says, am I right in thinking that Wilder is a one-punch KO artist while Fury and AJ are concussive fighters that require an accumulation of to KO a fighter, but that only works if they get a rhythm?
No, that's not true. I said that Anthony Joshua is a one-punch knockout artist. If he lands any punches anywhere in the chest or in the temple anywhere, he can knock you out. There's no question about him. And Fury, these are heavyweights, man. You know what I'm saying? One well-placed punch, well-timed punch, you can knock the person out. So Wilder might be the harder puncher of them, but he's not the better boxer between them.
Okay.
So there are pros and cons for both each one of these fighters. But I wouldn't take one or the other when it comes to knockouts. No, either one of them can knock you out. Wilder is more likely to knock you out, but AJ can knock you out. I've been there with him on a couple occasions. Most recently, I was there with him 3 months ago. I was inside of his camp. I lived in his camp inside and watched him train, and he's a very, very heavy-handed fighter. I think this fight is going to boil down to a very, very violent confrontation starting from bell one. But I think that Anthony Joshua has to go in and he has to apply himself. He has to do his work, effective work between 1 and 5. Because I think the pace is going to be very fast, and I think that Anthony Joshua has to sit down on his punches, and he has to do some impactful work between 1 and 5. If he does not apply himself, if he does not slow Usyk down with body punches or head punches or whatever coordinated application that he uses, if he does not utilize that between 1 and 5, he's going to be climbing up into an uphill fight because Usyk is going to pick up momentum as he finds out that Joshua is not effective. If Joshua is not effective by round 5 or 6, he's going to be fighting an uphill battle in that fight.
What if Usyk comes up first round, takes the fight straight to Joshua and pushes him onto the back foot?
He's got problems. You got to remember, when I train a fighter, I look at everything. I look at all the pros and cons. What my guy can do good and what he's bad at, and I steer him away or I steer him around those things that he's not efficient on. I was the first pro trainer that Usyk had. I trained him all the way to the first world title. And not only was I a trainer for him, a teacher for him, but I learned the man. I studied the man. And he's got a rock-hard mentality. He's not going to shy away. And then the more you pressure him, the more he's going to rise to the occasion. Usyk is going to be there to fight. He's going to be there to cause problems. He came in at 221 pounds. Joshua came in at 244. Usyk is in prime shape to give a good fight. Anthony Joshua have to use a funny listing approach. I'm coming in like a wrecking crew. Anything in front of me, I'm going to punch it. I'm going to rip through it. I'm going to knock you out. And if he doesn't go in there with that mentality, he's going to be in for a tough night. All right? People, I said, 6-7 years ago, what did I say? When he was cruiserweight champion in his 5th or 6th fight, I said that this guy is going to be the heavyweight champ of the world one day. Did I say that?
You did.
I told her, and everybody shrugged it up somehow. Bashir is just blowing steam because he's training the guy. But I saw something special in this guy. Anybody
They say he was born the same day as Muhammad Ali, Alexander Usyk.
He did what?
Born the same day as Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, he's born the same day. Him and Ali got the same birthday. But what's special about Usyk was I noticed that when I trained him from the very beginning, from his very first pro fight, I was his trainer. This guy comes in the gym, and for his warm-up, he'd walk around on the palms of his hand with his legs straight up in the air. And he'd walk around the palms of his hand to and from inside the gym in Kiev, Ukraine. And he'd do it for 5-6 minutes. I don't know no fighter in my 53-year history. I don't know no fighter that could ever that could do that, or that they would even think about doing that. Mind you, this guy is 225, 210 pounds at any given time. He's got it on the palm of his hands. He's got his legs straight in there, and he's walking around the gym for 5 to 6 minutes on the palms of his hands. I don't know anybody who does that mentally has that mental state.
Uncle's gone again. Must be another telephone call. Keep going, Uncle. Sound. You've muted sound. He's gone again. Uncle Bashir's gone again. It's a difficult evening for us here because he is in Atlantic City and he's got fighters calling him and talking to him. So we'll just have to bear with Uncle Bashir for this. Let's see what tune they've got next on this. Let's try Interspace.
Ahead,
Uncle, continue, Uncle. You're saying.
I forgot what I said. I talk so much, I forget. Hello?
Yeah, I forgot what you were saying as well. You said something, but I forgot what you were saying.
Well,
yes, Usyk standing on his head, walking into the gym. He doesn't know. Nobody in 53 years you've known who can do that.
I've never seen nobody do that. That was his warm up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's just to elude of the mental state of the boxer. Anthony Joshua has got to break that, and by Anthony Joshua losing that first fight, he gave life to Alexander Usyk. Because Alexander Usyk feels that he belongs now. He's beaten him once. Then he breaks out into song right through doing the wave. Oh, no, 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 no.
What does that mean?
Out, huh? I believe it was a Cossack song.
Yes. Yes.
You know, a battle song. declaring that he's ready for this battle. He's up for this battle. He's looking forward to this battle. And that battle would be to the death. I believe that's what he was saying. I believe that's his whole insight. The only thing that I'm really uncomfortable, I was looking for a really good fight, and I expect it to be a really good fight for Lawrence Lynch. I don't expect this fight to last, to go the distance.
Uncle, I think the wind's blowing from your window. The wind's blowing from your window, I think. I think the wind's blowing from your window.
The wind is blowing through my window?
Yes, and that's coming into your microphone.
Really? Got to be some sensitive microphone. But let me try something else. That's a sensitive microphone. All right, let me just close it. How about that? Is that better?
120% better.
Okay. I'm just sitting in a hot box now, but I'll survive.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Want some grapes?
Fine. Do you want some fish?
No. Organic.
Stevie Upsher said that he'd if Joshua decides to come out there and try to take it to Usyk and it doesn't work in the first couple of rounds, he's going to break down and Usyk's going to flatline him.
I think if Joshua is comfortable, if he's comfortable, he can put up a good fight.
Okay.
But if he becomes uncomfortable, at any time if he becomes uncomfortable, it could be a major crisis. It could be a major crisis in the corner. I like both of these guys. I like both of them, man. That's why I'm glad that I'm not training for either guy because it made me hard to go against the other. So maybe I shouldn't.
You should be involved.
But I'll tell you one thing: had he chosen me for the trainer, he would have had his best chances of beating Usyk because I think that I put myself. I think I know Usyk better than anybody as a boxer. Now in his personal life, maybe somebody else knows him better than me. But as a boxer, I think I know him better than anybody. I think I can dissect and break him down better than anybody. I don't think nobody can do it better than me. And
they're saying Robert Goss is working when Usyk moves his right or to his left to throw the left up to the body. That's what Breedis did to him.
Who?
Breedis did it to him. The block and throw the left hook to the body, something like that.
I think left hook to the body is the common denominator for southpaws anyway. That's what the old school trainers would teach. That's what I teach right to this day. I think the left hook, people always talk about the right lead, but the right lead is cool. But you need something to start the crippling the movement of the southpaw. So I think the left hook to the body. If you notice, if you go back and watch Usyk versus Glavoski for the first title, the WBO title.
Yeah.
Usyk wasn't a fan of taking that fight in his 10th pro fights. He wasn't a fan. But I told him, I said, listen, man, you got 300 amateur fights. You don't need to fight nobody. You can fight for the world title right now. Because Evander Holyfield, if you remember, Evander Holyfield won the Cruiserweight Championship with only 12 pro fights.
Yeah.
I told Usyk, you got a chance to make history by taking the title in 10 pro fights. And that would beat Evander Holyfield's record. And I got through to him in the end and said, look, go out there and fight him. He said, in Poland? I said, yeah, we're going to fight him in Poland. We're going to fight him right in his backyard, and we're going to beat his behind. And look, the scores was 120, 109, 120, 109, 119, 110. So what did I tell you? He beat him handily.
Yep.
Right in his own backyard. You know why? Little things makes the difference. If you watch two southpaws fight, the southpaws are always circling to their right. One southpaw is going to the right, the other southpaw is going to the right. I told Usyk what we're going to do is we're going to go left. He said, yeah, but I don't feel comfortable going left. I said, but you have to. You have to train that way. If you train that way, you'll be prepared to go for that. And then when he went left on Glavatsky had never seen that before because all the southpaws he fought was always going to the right. This time, Usyk was going to the left. Glavatsky couldn't land the left hand. Thus ended the fight. He just walked away this time. And I had one of the commentators in Poland told me, said, well, you know that Glavatsky got robbed. I said, come on, man. 120, and 119. Come on, man. They didn't rob him. You know, that's what you saw, but he got beat, man. He got beat easily. So the little things is what makes the difference. I remind myself much of Georgie Benton. I'm the Georgie Benton of this era because Georgie Benton was one of the best trainers around, and nobody never said a word about Georgie Benton. Georgie Benton trained Tyrell Biggs, all right? He trained Pernell Whitaker, Meldick Taylor. He trained them all. Alex Ramos, he trained all of those guys, and everybody talks about this trainer, about Freddie Roach, about Boo Boo Thompson, and this and that, and they never say nothing about this guy, Georgie Benton. So I remind myself of that. The little things is what make the difference. But just that movement to the left in the Glavatsky fight made it an easy fight for Usyk. All right? Joshua just gambling. Maybe his gamble will be proved to be correct. But I'll tell you one thing, even if he beats Usyk, he's gonna pay a heavy price. He's gonna take a lot of shots in that fight. Because Robert Garcia, again, has never trained a heavyweight. And I wouldn't let nobody, a novice, come in and say, I'm gonna train you for this fight. No, it's too much of a jump. It's just too much of a jump. You need to go back.
What about Angel Fernandez? Said the reason why Joshua said the reason why Garcia was brought in is because Angel Fernandez felt most comfortable with him. Angel Fernandez is the lead.
Angel Fernandez is not getting in the ring. Angel Fernandez is not fighting. He felt most comfortable with it. Angel Fernandez was Angel Fernandez and I like that young man. He's got a chance to grow, but he's got to do some serious observations because he was just he's acting as a landscaper, from a landscaper to a conditioning coach, to a corner man in Joshua's corner. So that's his longevity in boxing. So would you want to put your life on the line on some bullshit like I did, where somebody is telling you, well, I feel comfortable bringing in Wally Undercut? No, you wouldn't do that. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm listening, and I'm listening and just taking wisdom.
Listen, I'm saying, would you risk your career?
No.
Would you risk?
No, I wouldn't. Nobody with any common sense would do that.
It does not make sense. And I like Angel Fernandez, but he's just not experienced enough to go to the Super Bowl. This is unheard of. You go to the NBA, the NHL, the National Baseball, any of them, you'd have to have a qualified driver at the wheel. You could bet your ass you ain't gonna let some novice come in and say, all right, yeah, I feel cool with him, so bring him in. I think this is one of the worst mistakes that Anthony Joshua could have made, bringing in a novice. And in my book, from my perspective, I think that Robert Garcia is a novice. And the first time that he is any trouble confronted in this fight, it's going to show in the corner.
Okay. Shook comes and asks us, he says, Usyk versus AJ1 was 8-4 fight. Good fight, but AJ was mentally exhausted, and that was the difference. It wasn't physical. He was mentally spent.
Say that again. Say that again.
Shook says Usyk versus AJ was 8-4 fight. Good fight, but AJ was mentally spent, exhausted, and that was what the difference was. It wasn't physical. He was mentally spent. He then goes on to say, AJ saw Usyk moving in the first fight and looked like he was saying, bruv, you're moving mad. Extremely confused that fella was.
Listen, I don't care what it was. Usyk went upside AJ's head a couple of times, and AJ tasted that wood. They said Usyk can't punch, but you can't tell AJ that he can't punch because when he got hit, you can see it in his foot movement. That whoa, he felt that power. I worked with Usyk 3 years. I told you, man. They talking about the guy can't punch. Is they crazy? The guy got 325, 330 amateur fights. He fought the World Series of Boxing. Big guys in the World Series of Boxing. Big guys. And they talking about he can't punch, and he won all those fights. There's people outside the ring that never got in the ring talking that nonsense.
This thing about AJ being physically strong and can overpower Usyk in a few rounds, is that possible? Can you see that happening? Has AJ got the right mentality? He's never fought like that against guys who he knows are going to punch him back.
I think that Alexander Usyk is prepared for anything that AJ is going to bring psychologically. When I'm looking in the eyes of each guy, when I'm looking about the movements, the different things inside the press conference, I'm thinking that the motivation, the mental psyche, all that stuff is in Usyk's favor. He seems to be most comfortable.
I was meant to ask you, what did you make of the workout of Usyk, where he did do no pad work? He was just flicking coins or whatever, he's catching coins and doing his normal circus tricks, where AJ was.
Have you ever tried to do that? Have you ever tried to do that?
What, with them circus tricks? No.
Have you ever tried to put a bunch of quarters on your arm?
Hell no.
And flip them and try to catch them all before they hit the floor?
Usyk is a phenomenal athlete.
Try that. I think that's 4 quarters he did. He put 4 quarters on his arm and flipped them and caught them all before they hit the floor. That's amazing.
The cat, yeah.
Just to show. People say, well, that's not boxing. But that's timing, that's coordination. You got to really, really, really be on your game to do that. The average person would be lucky to catch 2 of the quarters out of the 4.
Is there a reason why he did no pad work? Because people say sometimes you don't do the pad work because you're injured, or you don't do the pad work because of this and that.
Because he feels like I feel. What I told him from the very beginning, pad work don't mean nothing. Pad work don't mean nothing. It means very, 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 very little. So what you can do pad with? You know, you do tricks with mitts. That's what I call it. Tricks with mitts. That's the big thing. I mean, what is that deal? So you hit some pop, and you hit some pad work. So what? And most of the time, the pad work is being done wrong. The pad work is being done wrong. When people are hitting the pads are 100 feet from where the opponent is. When I do the pads, I have the pads close to my face, where my mouth, where my head is. Average people won't do the pads like that. They're always hitting the pads with the box is over here, the pads over here, but the body is right here. You got to have the pads close to your face. That's the proper way to do it. But everybody else is hitting the pads out here, slip, slap, trying to look themselves cute, trying to make it seem like they're doing something, but they're bullshit. I'm trying to tell you. I'm training fighters to fight. I'm not training fighters to do no damn aerobics.
Says
And that's what it is, aerobics.
it says to score an early devastating K, you put yourself in a position as well. AJ seems to be too cautious to be that aggressive.
Wait 1 minute. I'm going to move my location, all right? Stay right there.
We'll stay there.
Shit. Gotta wash enough off. I'll take my stairs and wash. Are you there, sir?
I'm there.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's it. It all worked out for the best.
What about the next, the Zhang? What's your thoughts of Zhang and
Zhang is in a tough fight. Ergovic is a tough guy. Zhang is a tough guy, and we're gonna see how that matches up, you know. But I've been in the gym with Zhang and Ergovic. I just don't know. You know, I haven't been around either one of the guys. I think this is a tough fight. Two big heavyweights. The one who has the stamina is the one that's going to last, and that's what's going to win the fight. Stamina.
Okay. Fair enough. What do you make of Deontay Wilder, Hellenius, October 15th?
I got to make Deontay Wilder the favorite, but again, Hellenius is a tough guy to come back in the boxing on, you know? You got to give Wilder a lot of respect, a lot of credit for taking Hellenius, because Hellenius has got stars in his eyes. He just come off two devastating knockouts over Kanaki, you know. But Kanaki is not
Deontay Wilder.
He's not Deontay Wilder, you know. I commend Deontay Wilder for taking this fight, you know. I think that I'd have to favor Deontay Wilder because of his knockout streak. But Hellenius is in there. It's a rugged, tough fight, and I want to see it. Again, I'll be sitting in the fan seat watching.
Absolutely. Do you have any final thoughts, final prediction, Uncle?
I'm just looking for a good fight between these two young men that's going to bang out tomorrow, Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk. I think that Anthony stands a good chance of winning if he just relaxes himself, don't get too hyped up, don't get too involved in the crowd, don't get too involved in none of the hoopla surrounding the event itself. Do not let the event become larger than him. Anthony Joshua has said that I'm the event, not the event. I'm the event. I'm going to make it happen. And if he goes out there in a calm, steady pace, this could be a really good fight. But I'm not counting Anthony Joshua out. You know, because if he goes out there with a Sonny Liston attitude, and I don't know if he can muster up that kind of attitude. Sonny Liston didn't give a damn. Sonny Liston didn't care about the fans. He didn't care about the commentators. Sonny Liston said, just ring the bell and I'll show you who the heavyweight champ is. That was Sonny Liston's order. Ring the bell and I'm going to show you who the heavyweight champ of the world is. And when that bell rang, Sonny Liston walked out that corner. He didn't rush out the corner. He didn't run. He came out that big jab. He said, I just want to find out where you at. And when he found out where you at, he said, right there, just hold it, right there. And whatever he hit with that right hand, it was the shoulder, the head, the stomach, whatever he hit with that right hand, he'd hit you, and if you stood up, he'd look at you like you felt that, right? Now wait till you feel the next one. And the guys would see like a deer in headlights, say, oh, shit, it hurt me bad. Joshua is capable. Mind you, Joshua much more calculated. But I don't know if he has that aura of attitude. You know, George Foreman, Sonny Liston had the attitude like, I'm going to break your neck, all right? You got no business in here with me. I'm the boss. I'm the champ, and I don't care. I don't care. You can hit me, but watch when I hit you back what's going to happen. That's the attitude they had. That's why they were devastating champions. And I don't know if Joshua can muster that kind of aura, that kind of mentality. I don't know if he can do that. If they had chosen me to train him, I would have tried to breed that to him. I would have tried to breed that life into him. All right? I've always told Vladimir Klitschko, I've always told Lennox Lewis, when you get in there, you can't go in there guessing. You got to go out there and punch. Yeah, but what if I run out? Don't worry about running out of gas. Don't worry about it. All you do is, let me see what I can hit. And say, well, what should I go for? Anything above the waist. I don't care. Elbows, collarbone, neck, whatever. When you got those kind of big guys with that kind of power, you don't worry about what you hit. You just go to work. You know, people sitting around trying to jab and try to use the right hand and try to hit somebody on the chin or try to hit. No. They said the referee tells you to get no punching below the waist. Everything above the waist is legal tender. You got to attack it over and over and over and over and over again. You got to attack it. If Anthony Joshua goes out there and say, you know what, this is just another fight, and he's just another opponent, I'm knocking him out. If he goes out there with a relaxed attitude like that, he still has a good chance of winning this fight and winning it by KO. But I don't think this fight goes the distance. I don't see it. I see this fight ending inside of 9 rounds, if that.
I see this fight ending inside 4 or 5.
Okay.
I think 4 or 5. I'm going with Usyk KO. I think Usyk puts him onto the back foot. I think the fight continues from round 12. I think Usyk stands right in front of him and lets his hands go. He's got the faster hands. He knows Joshua doesn't throw counter punches, so he'll push him back and go straight for Joshua. Because Joshua, all his power comes coming forward. His power doesn't come going backwards, and he has no defense when you throw punches at him. So if I'm Usyk, I don't give him any chance to come forward. Take the center of ring, hit him hard with the left hand, and jump on him with a flurry of punches, and he'll fall down just like the bridge.
My thinking is, what I would have had Joshua to do, and I would have had him concentrate on, I would have tried to have Joshua concentrate on opening up cuts on Alexander Usyk and go for those cuts and work on them.
Yeah, but he's got to be around. He's got to be around for that to happen, and I don't think he'll be around to do that. I think the first time he gets hit with that left hand again, he's going to get memories of the first fight. That's what I think will happen. He'll get flashbacks of the first fight.
But if he commits the punch, either guy that commits the punch, if the other guy is set in his mind, I'm going to counter punch, he can cause cuts. You saw the cuts that he opened up on Usyk in the first fight. You saw right?
That was the first fight. That Usyk's not
going to let him cut over the eye and under both eyes. It was cuts. He needs to go back there and reintroduce him to that.
If he hurts Joshua, they'll get him out of there. This time, you won't mess around. They'll get him out of there this time.
It's a good fight. However it lines up, it's a good fight. You know, may the best man win. You know, the only thing that I have reservations about is that Joshua should have brought in a more seasoned trainer. But even if Joshua wins the fight, I think that he's going to win it the hard way. He's going to take some punishment to win it. Because Usyk is there to fight. You know what I'm saying? Joshua is there to fight. But I think Usyk is enthusiastic about his chances.
Absolutely. Uncle Bashir, thank you so much as always. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow night.
I want to say good night.
Thank you, brother. Have a good night.
And, by the way, what's your thoughts on the fight before we finish?
I got Usyk winning. I don't think he's gonna stop Joshua though.
What? You don't think he'll stop Joshua?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think Joshua gonna go out like that because Joshua knows what's on the line. I think Joshua knows if he loses this and gets stopped, I just don't think he's going out like that. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
I think he's gonna lose. I don't think he's gonna go out on the shoe.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but do you think that Joshua will stand in there?
Yeah, I think Joshua's gonna stand in there. He's gonna throw a lot of punches. He's gonna stay on he's gonna try to work angles, just like how Usyk work angles. He knows he can't just stay there and try to bang. He's gonna try to work angles. Like if he does the angles and tries to cut the ring off and work Usyk and try to put him on his back foot, I feel like it's gonna be a very good night of boxing. And it's still down fighting the same night he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm Atlantic City though, so I'm gonna be watching my opponent.
Okay, sounds good. Well, all the best for tomorrow night, and it's good to meet you again, sir.
Thanks, man. Nice to meet you too.
Take care. Uncle Bashir?
Yeah, so, brother.
Take care. We'll see you tomorrow night after the fight.
Okay, all right. That should be about 4 or 5 o'clock my time.
Yeah, I don't think you wouldn't be in the arena yet, would you? Or would you?
Yeah, it'll be about 4 or 5 o'clock my time. They should be coming in the ring about 4, maybe 5 o'clock my time here in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
You know, we'll be fighting later on that night, you know.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Uncle. Thank you so much as always. Much appreciated.
To Alexander Usyk, to Anthony Joshua, good luck, good fortune, good vibes, and have a successful fight, both of y'all. Both of y'all, my guys, and I wish both of y'all the best.
Thank you, Uncle. Appreciate that. Take care.
And to all our people out there in the listening audience, I'll see you.
Take care.
I'll see you guys later, all right?
Take care, Uncle. Thank you.